naranasan, lalo-lalo na sa internet connection sa ating mga learners. And with that, atin pong nilapit sa ating local government with the help of the SDO at nagkakaroon ngayon ng possible solution. At nagkakaroon ng partnership ang local government and DepEd with Converge and MetroWorks. Pinalalakas ngayon ang ating internet connectivity at meron din silang inintroduce na learning management na kung saan ang ating mga paaralan ay palalakasin ang internet connection at magkakaroon din ng mga household installation ng Converge. At dito po, para mapalakas po ang internet connection ng ating mga mag-aaral.
Sa pagbubukas ng ating mga paaralan, katuwang ng City Government of Imus ang ating DepEd. At syempre, hangad namin ang seguridad ng lahat ng mga papasok ng mga mag-aaral at syempre mga guro. Kaya nga, ang plano ng ating City Government ay tulungan ng ating DepEd, lalong-lalo na sa pagpapanatili ng kalinisan at seguridad ng ating mga paaralan. Naglalayan tayong bumili ng mga disinfectant, mga thermal scanners, mga food bag, mga face shields. Ilan lamang po ito sa mga inihahanda po natin para masigurado natin ang kaligtasan ng ating mga mag-aaral at mga guro.
Natutukoy ang mataas na gamit at tumuhin ng isip at kilos mo.
Magandang umaga! Ako po si Jessica R. Apater. Ako pa isang guro na subject. Para sa aking pangkalahatang karanasan dito sa online teaching, masasabi ko na ang paaralan po ay patuloy na gumagawa ng hakbang upang mas mapaganda ang ating internet connectivity. Ganon din para mabigyan ng dekalidad na edukasyon ang ating kabataan dito sa Imus.
Hello, good day. My name is Keeper Dalma from Science Department. Specifically, I am teaching grade 10. So from this dry run from Imus National High School, I experienced 3 factors from the students and the teachers. So from the students first, I experienced their cooperation because I saw their eagerness to learn something kahit na meron tayong pandemic today. So, dalawa na kagad yun. Their eagerness and cooperation. Kasi of course, we're not all ready, pero nakita natin yung pagiging totoo nila, cooperation nila para matuloy pa rin yung pag-aaral nila. Walang mag-i-stop. And when it comes to teachers, of course, the flexibility of the teachers. Of course, for all the teachers, hindi lahat kami magaling sa technology, hindi lahat kami sumasabay sa trend. Pero nakita natin yung flexibility ng teachers, lahat natuto sila kung paano nila i-deliver yung kanilang topic.
Hi, I am Joanna Joy P. Cabrera from English Department of Imus National High School. So during this 1 week of our pilot testing for virtual classroom, it's good for us because we get to use different gadgets, applications that we can apply during our teaching in online discussion.
Magandang araw. Ako si Sarah Jean Rizalon Sarial ng Mathematics Department ng Imus National High School. nang malaman ko na magkakaroon ng online pilot testing ang ating paaralan, noong una ay nag-aalangan ako dahil hindi ko alam paano ko may dilipat or may tuturo yung lesson natin ng mas epektibo through online. Pero na magsimula na ang pilot testing at nakita ko ang naging feedback ng mga mag-aaral natin, mukhang nakayanan naman at nag-enjoy naman sila sa aming lesson.
Ako po si Arvin M. Montiveros mula sa Araling Panlipunan Department ng Imus National High School. Ngayon pong meron kaming online teaching. Masasabi ko po na isang napakahalagang step ito para sa maabot namin ang mga mag-aaral na yung new normal sa panahon ng pandemic. So hindi po may iwasan na meron talaga mga problema na magaganap. Lalong-lalo na po pag nawawala yung connection ng internet at saka kapag ang mga bata ay kailangan magtipid sa kanilang mobile data. Pero sa kabuuan po ng experience na ito, masasabi ko po na matagumpay at maaari po namin ipagmalaki ito sa buong DepEd dahil nagagawa po namin ng maayos ang dapat namin gawin at nakapagtuturo pa rin kami na ipagpapatuloy namin ang edukasyon ng mga mag-aaral sa kabila ng pandemya ang ating kinakaharap.
Kasi sa nakita kong resulta ng online testing na ginanap sa Imus National High School, ay masasabi kong malaki ang pag-asa na may pagpatuloy ang edukasyon dito sa Imus National High School dahil sa mga positibong pagtanggap ng mga magulang.
Ang mga unang guro at curriculum chairman ay nakipag-ugnayan sa mga magulang upang humingi ng pahintulot na ang kanilang mga paghahanda ng ating mga guro, sila ay pumili ng naaangkop na learning modality system na kung saan iba't ibang mga platforms ang kailangan nilang magamit. Malaking tulong ang kanilang mga na-attenan ng mga webinars ng iba't ibang mga institution. Kasama na rin po ang DepEd webinars na kung saan ipinakita kung paano ang magiging mga setup ng bagong modality na gagamitin ng aming paaralan.
Ang edukasyon sa panahon ng new normal sa Imus National ay matutuloy sa kabila ng ating mga nararanasan sa panahon ngayon. Sa Imus National ay laging may paraan at para matugunan ang pangangailangang pangkaisipan ng mga kabataang Imus sa inyong disiplina.
Tumalaman namin na ang aming paaralan, Imus National High School, ang napiling paaralan para sa regional pilot test ng online class. Agad naman kaming nagplano at naghanda ng mga facilities at kumuha ng mga teachers na
Kaya naman, naniniwala ako ng Imus National High School ay handa na sa online modality na paraan ng pagtuturo na maintindihan at maunawaan ng ating mga mag-aaral.
Sa naganap na dry run para sa online learning ng Imus National High School, kung saan kabilang ang anak ko sa grade 8, ako ay natutuwa sa hakbang ng paaralan para sa opening ng classes sa August 24. Dahil sa dry run ay naging pamilyar ang mga bata sa platform na gagamitin sa online learning gaya ng Google Meet at Google Classroom. Bilang isang magulang, natutuwa ako kung paanong posibleng pwedeng matuto ang mga bata sa gitna ng pandemya. Gayunpaman, sana ay matugunan ang aking obserbasyon. Katulad ng mahabang oras ng screen time ng mga bata, sana ay mabigyang pansin ang schedule dahil sakop nito ang pananghalian. Muli, ang aking pagbati sa pamunuan ng Imus.
Erlinda po.
Ma'am Erlinda, Ma'am Lynn. Hello po, Ma'am Lynn.
Apa.
Hingan po namin sana kayo ng feedback. Kamusta naman po muna si Daneline sa gaganap ng 5 days nito?
Ano po, kaya lang minsan yung wifi po talaga mahina. Kaya minsan nadi-disconnect siya katulad nung nakaraang araw.
Ano po ba sa inyo? Ano po ba ang gamit? Prepaid po
ano po?
Nagpa-monthly kayo?
Monthly po, monthly.
Okay.
Kaya pag wala po, talagang nagba-backup po kami ng ng data talaga. Kasi talagang
pinaghahandaan talaga.
Opo. Yun lang po, kaya lang ang ano ko sa kanya, yung mata niya,
May
pag
salamin na po ba
nakatutok po
siya?
siya.
Nagsasalamin po ba si Danny?
Sa ngayon po, nasira yung salamin niya nung pasukan pa, kaya sabi ko sa kanya, magawa na lang kami.
Oo nga po. Ano pa po, mami, ang feedback niyo po?
Katulad po yan, yung iba, nagrereklamo po sa sabi gano'n, di nila kaya na ganyan. Yung iba, walang internet, nagde-data lang.
Yung po sa data, isa po sa ginagawa namin, katulad niyan, kapag ka po hindi naman magsasalita yung bata, mas nakaka-save daw po sa data kapag ino-off yung camera. So, kaya better.
Ganun po.
Opo.
Parang hindi naman po maganda pag hindi nakikita. Mas maganda po yung nakikita talaga.
Correct, ma'am. Importante po, pag nagsasalita na lang, ayun, importante na naka-on yung camera.
Opo.
Ano pa po, mami?
Yun po.
Sa connection, connection, ang problema natin.
Opo, sa connection po talaga, problema po talaga.
Okay. Meron pa po ba kayong masasuggest para po mas ma-improve namin ito?
Katulad po kagabi, anong oras na siya natulog sa dami din ng assignment?
Sorry. Okay po. Paplanuhin po namin yan, mami, yung para hindi magkaroon ng information overload at saka ma-minimize.
Sir, ako po, sir.
Go, Jewel.
Ano po, sir, yung sa akin po kasi kahapon, di ba po, sir, simula po ng class 7 to 1:30.
Yes.
Tapos pagkatapos po nun, sir, tambak po medyo yung classwork namin. Kaya po, buong maghapon po, nakatutok po kami sa cellphone. So, yung impact po ay masakit po sa mata, tapos masakit din po sa ulo. Pag ganun. Pag nagsabay-sabay po yung due date, sir, kailangan po siyang tapusin ng isang araw. Tapos tuloy-tuloy po talaga kayo sa cellphone. Nag-iinit din po yung mga gadgets.
Okay. Thank you, Jewel. Thank you.
Noted, sir.
Noted, Jewel. One more.
Ako, sir.
Go, Aika.
Sir, ako naman po, sir, yung sa oras, sir, kasi po, than 5 hours, sir, yung laptop, hindi mo pa malayo, sir, bigla na lang po chat. Po, ayun nga po, dead bat, sir, na-drain po, gano'n. Tapos, di bawal naman po gamitin ng naka-sir.
Okay, so yung haba naman ng oras ang sa'yo, Aika. Okay, thank you, Aika. Okay, noted yan. Okay, so, parang nagsasalita si Janelle. Janelle? Yes, Janelle.
Sir, yung sa data lang po kasi araw-araw nagpapaload po. So, masyado po magastos.
Okay.
Hindi pa po kami makapagpakabit ng Wi-Fi.
Okay. Okay. Ay, sana mayaman ako, Janelle. Okay. Pero, magpapray natin yan. Okay. Sana, may plano na yung internet connectivity for all. So, sana, Janelle, masolusyonan natin yan.
Ang mga guro na karaniway sa classroom natin nakikita, umarangkada na rin sa kalsada. Yan ay para personal na maghatid ng module ng mga estudyante. Ang diskarte nilang pang new normal, tinutukan ni Mariz Umali.
Hindi sila mga karaniwang delivery rider. Ang mga astig na motorista kasing ito, mga principal, guro at mga non-teaching staff ng iba't ibang paaralan dito sa Imus, Cavite. Umarangkada na sila bilang bahagi ng dry run para maghatid ng mga module na gagamitin ng nasa 40,000 na estudyante ng lungsod na pinili ang modular na paraan ng pag-aaral.
yung problema, no? Lalo na sa pagdating ng pagbubukas ng klase sa August 24. Lalo na doon sa mga mag-aaral na ang pinipili ay modular. Paano natin maparating sa ating mga mag-aaral ang mga modules?
Dito sa Imus National High School, online na online ka dito.
Senyo disiplinado, yan ang tawag sa...
Sawari mo'y nag-isa, lahat kanya-kanya, ngunit di man nagsasama, kaya magkaisa. Sa pag-iingat, isa sa ating dasal, dahil nagpapatunay na tayo'y makatapat. Heal as one with kindness, we heal as one. We serve, we share, we show compassion, we heal as one. Sawari mo'y nag-isa, at when we heal, we heal as one.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to start our program. Our program will start with a Makabayan song to be followed by a short prayer. Okay.
Tulad ng araw na sumisikat sa silangan, hindi pumapanaw ang kasaysayan na kakitingan. Habang nakataas ang watawat ng bayan, buhay ang alaala na pinaglaban sa alaban.
Ang bandila ng ating bansa, paalaala kung saan tayo nagsimula. Ang bandila ng ating bansa, paalaala kung saan tayo nagsimula. Hiwagay-bay, hiwagay-bay, habang tayo'y nabubuhay. Pagkain mo sa inyo, kabuhay ang Pilipino.
Para sa inyo sa style. Saan ka man magpunta, saan man tayo patungo. Mahal mo pa rin ang buong bayani sa ludo.
Habang nakataas ang watawat ng bayan, buhay ang alaala na pinaglaban sa alapan.
Ang bandila ng ating bansa, paalaala kung saan tayo nagsimula.
Ang bandila ng ating bansa, paalaala kung saan tayo nagsimula. Iwagayway, iwagayway, habang tayo'y nabubuhay. Mga Muslimyo, mabuhay ang Pilipino.
Merong isang lugar na kung tawagin ay Cavite, hitik sa kasaysayan at usap-usapan din ang lugar ng Imus na kung saan maraming talentadong Imusenyo magmula pa nga nung dati. Dito marami rin ang longganisang masarap, kahit saan ka mapunta, kahit saan ay mahahanap. Sa sobrang ang sarap, ito ko sa inyong harap, kinakanta ko na ng rap ng longganisang masarap. Bahay ang pag-asa, bukang dala, pasong buhaya, anabu at bayan lupa, paligo, karpag, buhay na tubig, tansang luma, alapan, malagasang pag-asa't poblasyon, tuklong at medisyon. Ito ang aming pundasyon, nasasakupan ng Imus, 15 na lokasyon na matatag mula noon hanggang ngayon. Na namangha sa disenyo ng Imus Katedral. Sa tulay ng Isabel may namatay ng marangal. Plasang pinangalan kay General Topacio, batayog ng mga bayaning tubong Imosenyo. Ilan lang yan sa marka ng istorya, naging tatak ng kabayaniyang ebidensya. Putong kapitenyo, tahanan ng lihitimo, lahing matatapang at dugong matatalino.
Habang nakataas ang watawat ng bayan, buhay ang alaala na pinaglaban sa alaban. Ang bandila ng ating bansa, alaala kung saan tayo nagsimula. Iwagayway, iwagayway, habang tayo'y nabubuhay. Mga Imosenyo, mabuhay ng Pilipino.
Katulad ng araw na sumisikat sa silangan, di pumapanaw ang kasaysayan at kalitihan.
Habang nagkataas ang watawat ng bayan, buhay ang alaala na pinaglaban sa alaban. Ang bandila ng ating bansa, maalaala kung saan tayo nagsimula. Ang bandila ng ating bansa, alaala kung saan tayo nagsimula. Ang bandila ng ating bansa, alaala kung saan tayo nagsimula. Ang bandila ng ating bansa, alaala kung saan tayo nagsimula. Ang bandila ng ating bansa, alaala kung tayo nagsimula. Ang bandila ng ating bansa, alaala kung saan tayo nagsimula. Ang bandila ng ating bansa, alaala tayo nagsimula. Pilipinas, bandila ng ating bansa, alaala kung saan tayo nagsimula. Ibusan ang bandila ng ating bansa, Thank you.
A prayer for teachers. Giver of all wisdom and greatest of all teachers, look upon our teachers with love. Grant them the resolve to nurture our eager minds and to never give up on us who fall behind. Bless their hearts, for they rejoice when we succeed and encourage us when we fail. Endow them with gentle patience, for the path of learning is never easy. Kindle a spirit of passion in them. It is the flame that ignites the love of learning in us. Help them see the potential in each student. Their belief in us means much more than the grade we make. Instill in them a commitment to keep on learning. It shows us to not fear new knowledge and experiences. Inspire them to touch the future. They influence how big a dream we dream for ourselves. Bless our teachers who have come before, for their work endures to this day. Let the light of your example shine upon all teachers, to build up with their words, to love with their mind, to share with their heart. Amen.
Once again, a pleasant afternoon to each and everyone. Welcome to Teaching and Parenting in Pandemic Times A3 in one webinar in homeroom guidance orientation and capacity building with psychosocial first aid training for parents, teachers, and para-teachers. To give us a welcome remarks, may I call on Mrs. Telma B. Abella, Master Teacher 1 of MAPE Department of Imus National High School.
Yes, good afternoon to all and welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here in the third day of our 3-in-1 webinar in homeroom guidance, orientation, and capability building with psychosocial first aid training. We are excited to see that many of you have been able to participate despite of your everyday commitments as parents, teachers, and para-teachers. Your involvement today in your child's education is important and critical, since our speaker this afternoon, data privacy law, our attorney idol, Attorney Aris Delson Akay Kawilan, Legal Officer from the National Capital Region. Importante po ang pag-uusapan ngayong hapon kung paano natin mapoprotektahan ang mga anak, mag-aaral sa tinatawag na online world. Katulad po ng sinabi noong first day ni Ma'am Gina, wala pong bibitaw. Para sa bidang Imusenyo, para sa batang Imusenyo. Welcome and mabuhay.
Thank you very much, Ms. Telma Biabelia. Now, to start the training proper, the continuation for the third day, to discuss to us for the session 7, the topic about data privacy law, protecting the learners in the online world, let us all welcome Attorney Aris Kawilan, Legal Officer of National Capital Region.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Hi, Michael. Kumusta na po kayo dyan sa Imus? It's been a while that I have not been there in Imus, but I think I was there 2 years ago, and I would love to come back and visit Imus. However, because of the pandemic, we know that everything is still an issue right now. I have spoken with your principal, Sir Arturo Rosaroso, concerning the topic that I will be talking right now. He said that it would be nice if I could include some matters regarding legal principles that is applicable for teachers and some of our parents. So my session for today will not only revolve around the data privacy law, but I will also be discussing to you all aspects relative to safety when it comes to dealing with the social media. So that will be my topic for this afternoon. And I hope you will not get sleepy. And once in a while, I will be calling for a break, maybe after 30 minutes. That will be our first break. Then the rest will be part of history. Sir Michael, is everything set up? I will already be sharing my screen.
Hi, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, Parang hindi ko mahanapan yung share screen.
Share slide. Sir, papasis ko po kayo sa aming IC.
Yeah. Share screen. There.
Okay na po, sir?
Yeah. So can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir. Ayun na po. Okay na po, sir.
Yeah. So our topic for today would be online safe sorry. I will be stopping my camera so that para medyo mabilis-bilis yung pag-stream natin. There. So we'll talk today about the online or the responsible use of social media. So the title of the issue for today will be online safe is fun. I believe that we all agree that when everybody is safe, it will be more fun, right? So the matter of presentation for today will be first. I will be discussing to you some usual points about social media. Second would be the role of government employees and some reminders about social media. And thereafter, we will be discussing to you the encouraged, discouraged, and prohibited acts during social media interaction so that at least all of us will be guided on what to do and what not to do during social media interaction. Now, first, social media. Ano ba ang social media? Alam naman natin na ito ay web-based platform of communication and there are several modes for social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Yahoo, and the like. So siguro isa sa inyo ay meron nito. Most particular ako, I think almost 99% of all our teachers do have their Facebook accounts. Okay? So yan po lahat ang tinatawag natin social media platform. In the government service, we use social media and we have adhered to the use of this social media in order to facilitate the interactive communication. Okay? Because we save time, money, and leverage stakeholders' view, and social media has been viewed as a convenient platform for government employees and agencies in dealing with both internal and external stakeholders. So una-una, ginagamit po ang social media para i-disseminate ang information and views. Right? So we have example, yung Facebook page ng PTB5. Meron din tayo yung social media page or Facebook page ng DepEd o yung DepEd tayo. Government also use social media to encourage and promote the advocacies and programs and policies of the government. So kagaya nitong nasa picture natin, this is the tagline of the DepEd for the Bayanihan 2020. Okay? So kung na-access niyo yan, andyan yung lahat ng mga information, mga advocacies ng DepEd para sa pagbubukas ng klase. Okay? Social media has also been used by the government as platform to receive complaints and grievances. Right? So kung makikita natin, meron po tayong 888 Duterte hotline sa Facebook, Digong 888 hotline, and the Presidential Anti-Corruption pages in government. Lahat ito nasa Facebook. So meaning, yung Facebook, pwede ka nang mag-input dyan ng mga grievances mo concerning the government. Okay? And in government service, services are delivered directly to clients via social media. Right? So, marami tayong mga nakikitang mga programa ang gobyerno na ginagamit talaga ang social media. So, sa panahon ngayon, kung titignan natin, there are around 85% of personnel or DepEd personnel or even government personnel who use communicate social media as their communication platforms for their meetings, webinars, submission of reports, and even attendance checks. Like our teachers, di ba? Pag nagsasubmit tayo ng report ngayon via Yahoo or Facebook group, ganun na lang ginagawa natin. When we meet, we use Zoom and any other communication platform. Even 95% of our communications with stakeholders are done via social media also. And kung titignan natin, sa DepEd, sa atin, majority of our learners, even in NCR, would be through social media communications kasi nga, wala pa tayong face-to-face na engagement hanggat walang vaccine. So, in relation to social media, kung titignan natin, ano ba yung right natin na nakalapit at medyo malapit sa social media? This is the freedom of expression. Because it's as if that when we talk or when we give our voice, it is as if we are also communicating with others. So parang nagsasalita lang tayo through social media. So since SOCMED is a communication platform, the freedom under the Philippine Constitution, most specifically the freedom of speech and expression, is guaranteed. It is the same as if you are talking to anyone, anywhere. No one will take that freedom from you. The scope of freedom of expression is so broad that it extends protection to nearly all forms of communication, including your communication through social media. So ginagarantihan po ng ating Constitution ang freedom natin na makapag-express ng ating mga views even in social media platforms. Okay. But, however, our freedom of expression is not absolute. Okay? Even the Commission on Human Rights said that the right to free speech and expression also has its limits. Okay? Both under domestic and international law. Kung titignan po natin, meron po tayong batas na sinasabing International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights po, na kung saan ang Pilipinas ay isang partido. At sabi dyan, the freedom of expression carries certain restrictions. Okay? So, ano yung mga restrictions na yun? So, we can use or we have the freedom of speech and expression as long as we respect the rights and reputation of others. Okay? We respect the national security. We adhere to public order. We do not endanger public health and public morals. Diba? So, we will be giving certain examples later on about these limitations on the freedom of expression so that you can also understand. Andito rin yung Data Privacy Act na sinasabi natin mamaya. Now, all of us as government employees under Republic Act number 6713, we are called upon to be accountable to the people and shall discharge our duties with utmost responsibility, integrity, competence, loyalty, act with patriotism and justice, lead modest lives, and uphold public interest over personal interest. That's why we must be guided and required to observe at all times good conduct and maintain ethical standards. Diba? So, hindi naman natin sinasabi na dahil tayo ay government employee or government officers ay exempted tayo sa mga restrictions ng batas. Hindi. Kasi bilang government officials, we are still mandated by law to continuously observe ethical standards in our public and private lives. Okay. Now, as I have said a while ago, I will be discussing to you certain guides in being responsible in using social media. So, una, i-discuss ko sa inyo yung encourage, discourage, and prohibited practices in social media. And I will also be giving you tips on guides in engaging and relating with stakeholders. And the number two, yung engaging and relating with stakeholders, yung stakeholders yan po na sinasabi ko, yan po yung ating mga learners at mga parents natin. Okay? So, una, so ano yung mga SOCMED policies na ito or mga guides na sasabihin ko? Okay? So these are the guides for personnel to act on desired conduct. Diba? Second, to inform personnel about pertinent provisions of existing laws that are relevant in the times that we are predominantly using social media platforms. And third, is to forewarn personnel that in case of breach of the rules and the law, they could be made accountable for such acts. So meron pong mga accountabilities ito. Pag hindi po natin pinalo yung sinasabi ng batas, doon po tayo malalagay sa alanganin. Kaya po, hinihiling ko sa ating lahat na makinig po kayo doon sa ipapaliwanag ng mga legal basis natin para alam natin na itong mga bagay-bagay pala na ito ay dapat natin gawin or hindi gawin. Okay. So ano ba itong i-discuss ko na ito? Ano ba itong social media guides na ito? Una, these are not curtailment of freedom of expression or speech or airing of grievances against the government. Na napag-usapan natin kanina na ang freedom of expression ay mayroong mga limitasyon. Okay? At ito ay hindi po nag-i-intrude sa right of privacy at saka sa privacy of communication. Okay? Ito lang, ang ipapaliwanag ko po ngayon ay mga reiteration ng mga batas na naglilimit sa atin during our online interaction with our stakeholders. Okay. So, una, punta na tayo sa mga encouraged practices. Okay. First is sharing relevant information, news, and resources. These are practices that are often being done by all of us, most especially in Facebook. Some instances of these encouraged practices are sharing news about COVID from reputable news networks, sharing links where we can download resources such as templates for ITCRF, sharing links about recent issued DepEd orders, civil service memorandums, and other government issuances. The most positive effect of this practice is that we sow knowledge, the better for others to be aware of what government is doing, and helps our office mates be guided by recent developments. Tina-encourage po natin yan. Pangalawa, let us advocate actions against cyberbullying online or during social media interaction. When we talk about advocating against cyberbullying, this includes practices of posting infographics and written posts in our social media accounts against bullying. Remember that the Department of Education issued DepEd Order number 55, series of 2013, or the DepEd Anti-Bullying Policy, which calls on all DepEd personnel to support and advocate measures against bullying in schools. The same is true online. When bullying is committed online, it is called cyberbullying. Moreover, when we advocate against cyberbullying, we create a social media environment where love flourishes among our learners and forewarns other learners that bullying shall not be tolerated. Okay? Third, alam ko po na discuss na po ito doon sa mga previous sessions ninyo about online etiquette. But just to reiterate, ito lang yung mga bagay-bagay na kailangan po natin maisagawa at yung mga pinagbabawal, huwag na natin gawin. Diba? Palagi natin sinasabi na think before you click. Diba? Hindi natin pwedeng basta-basta kung ano-ano yung ilalagay sa ating social media pages. Moreover, that we are public servants. Diba? Na palaging pinipilatis, pwede tayong pilatisin sa labas. Kasi nga, that is our accountability being public servants. Okay? During online interaction also, we should not be engaging in public fights. Alam nyo, marami tayong mga nakikitang mga personnel, and sad to say, mga guro, yung iba, na may nag-post ng isang post doon sa Facebook, mamaya inaaway ng ibang mga kaguruan din. Kaya sabi ko, wag tayong ganun sa social media kasi nakikita ng publiko yun. And it sends a bad signal that we are not professionals. Di ba? Then let us choose who we are to connect with wisely. Dapat kung sino ang i-friend natin, dapat kilala natin. Okay? Let us not overshare. And of course, when we share information, we should be doing fact-checking. Okay? Para hindi yung mga false news or fake news yung may isi-share natin online. Now, another encouraged practice is is using the user function or reporting user function of inappropriate content. This is encouraged, okay? Because this is usually a reporting mechanism that is available in all social media platforms. In the example provided there, which is taken from Facebook, it is the reporting mechanism of Facebook. So if you see some inappropriate post in social media, click on the buttons to find the report sign and click. You will then be asked why you are reporting the same. This can be used to curb fake news, pornographic materials, and other immoral or inappropriate posts in social media. For example, meron po tayong friend sa Facebook. Sabihin lang natin, co-teacher natin or co-parent natin. Tapos nag-post siya doon ng isang picture na sa tingin mo, alanganin na makita ng iba't ibang mga tao. Sabihin lang natin, half nude photo. So you can click on the report button of the Facebook para yung Facebook mismo ang magtanggal doon sa post niyon. Okay? So yan yung report user function. Actually hindi tayo mismo yung nagtatanggal ng post na yan. Nagre-report lang tayo para tanggalin yan ng Facebook. Okay? Let's move on. So these are also the discouraged practices. So una is di ba, parang have you ever seen workmates posting messages in social media telling how they hate their work, office mates and others, that their requests are delayed, their salaries are not enough, with matching mura like PI, di ba, and other vulgar languages? I bet you will frown upon such because such is not the preferred positive post. Di ba? Parang parang pinapakita lang natin yung bad side ng ating sarili pag ginagawa natin ito. If we express our work-related dissatisfaction and if we rant or use vulgar language online. When we fill our social media with these kinds of posts, what messages would we want others to take? What is our intention of expressing our discontentment in social media? Remember that social media posts are open to all your contacts or to your friends. Each one has a different interpretation, and you will not really be sending the right message. That is why ranting and expressing work-related discontentment is discouraged because it does not resolve any issue. Wala pa ata akong nakita na nag-rant doon sa social media at doon na-resolve. Kaya wag po tayong magreklamo sana sa social media. Idaan po natin yan sa tamang forum or fora. So kung may work-related dissatisfaction ka, kanino ka pupunta? Kailangan pumunta ka sa school head mo or sa superintendent or sa mga nakakataas sa posisyon. Okay? Kung meron tayong hindi gusto at dapat pairalin pa rin natin yung respeto. Okay? We should not be using vulgar language when we communicate in social media. Next, another discouraged practice in social media is sharing one's own sensitive personal information. This is relative also to Data Privacy Act. Ang Data Privacy Act kasi nagawa yan para protektahan ang data or information ng mga individual from unlawful interference or access accessed by any unauthorized person. So, kung sinishare natin yung personal sensitive information natin, tayo na mismo yung hindi nagpo-protect ng ating sarili, and the data privacy law will not apply to us kasi tayo yung nag-share ng ating sensitive personal information. Okay? So, one of the discouraged practices is sharing your sensitive personal information in social media, like the like a picture of your identification card with all of the details such as employee number, GSIS number, SSS number, PhilHealth number, pag-ibig number, or even posting a picture of your credit card together with all the details. Diba? This is discouraged because it opens the door to identity theft. Imagine, one day, you will just wake up, may bago ka ng loan sa GSIS or sa SSS, or nakapag-purchase ka na ng iba't ibang mga goods sa online na purchasing platforms like Lazada without you knowing it, just because you shared your own personal sensitive information. So wag nating gawin yan. I know some of us are proud na ipinopost natin yung mga ID pictures natin or even our appointments online or whatever accomplishments that we have. Pero yan yung tinatawag nating uh, parang nag-overshare ka na. Okay? So, protektahan din natin ang ating sarili. Next, discouraged practice is engaging in gambling applications in social media platforms during your own personal time. There is a study that playing online gambling will highly entice one to actually engage in real gambling games. Okay? This is not limited to doing casinos or visiting gambling houses, but in betting actual money online. Gambling has been identified as a vice which is highly denounced because it deprives the family of gamblers the appropriate support and made personnel ito ginawa yung mga personnel na maging poor kasi diyan sa panunugal na yan at sinasabi ko walang nananalo sa panunugal. Okay? Except kung extremely lucky ka talaga, pwede ka na talagang manalo kahit anong sigalang pinapasukan mo. Di ba? So, some of us may be lucky in betting online, but most of the time, hindi tayo nananalo. So, sayang lang yung pera na ating sinusugal sa mga online gambling applications na yan. Kaya po dinidiscourage natin yan. Okay? One more thing, kung yung mga kabataan natin ay nakikita natin na nag-engage din sa mga gambling applications, sana i-discourage na natin sila sa the earliest possible time para hindi sila ma-entice sa panunugal. Okay? When they start young, they will gain the habit and then hanap-hanapin nila yan hanggat lumaki sila. Kaya habang bata pa yung mga anak natin, mga estudyante natin, payuhan natin sila na huwag mag-engage ng social media gambling. And for us adults, let us also not do it. Kasi once na ginagawa natin yan, at nakikita yan ng ating mga estudyante o ating mga anak, syempre, gagayahin tayo. Kasi kung ano man ang mali na nakikita ng bata, or ano man ang mali na ginagawa ng isang matanda ay nagiging tama sa mata ng bata. Okay. So, a while ago, na-discuss na natin yung mga encouraged and discouraged practices. Now, let us go to the prohibited acts. Let me be specific that when we say prohibited acts, these are prohibited acts under the law. So, mismong mga batas ang nagsasabi na bawal natin gawin ito. At kung bawal, ay bawal. Pero pag ginawa pa rin natin ang mga bawal na gawain, pwede po tayong mabigyan ng sanctions. At ito po yung sasabihin ko, mamaya, papakita ko rin po sa inyo kung ano yung pwedeng maging sanctions ng mga lumalabag sa mga batas nito. So itong mga prohibited acts na ito ay mga prohibited acts na ginagawa sa social media or online. Okay? Una-una, meron tayong tinatawag na identity theft. May mga public officials tayo na gumagawa nito. So, kinukuha nila yung pictures ng office mate nila at ginagawa nila ito ng fake account. Okay? So, pag gumagawa ka ng fake account, di ba? Parang mini nagbibigay ka ng message na ikaw yung tao na yon, where in fact, hindi ikaw yon. Tapos, gagawin mo, hihingi ka ng tulong sa mga kamag-anak niya, sa mga friends niya, or meron kang sasabihin sa mga kamag-anak or friends niya na hindi ka nais-nais, and then, masisira yung reputation ng tao na nagawan ng account. Kaya, ito po, meron po tayong batas, yung Cybercrime Prevention Act, which prohibits identity theft, pwede po tayong makulong po ng 6 to 12 years niyan, online or cyber libel. Okay? Yung online sabihin lang natin na sabihin na natin na may isang tao, ang pangalan ay Maria Makiling. Okay? So nag-post tayo ng statement doon sa Facebook natin at sinabi natin doon na si Maria Makiling ay nakikipagtalik sa isang tao o isang lalaki, sabihin na natin si Boy B, si Boy B na may asawa ng iba. Okay? So ano yun? Diba that is already a defamatory imputation kasi sinisiraan natin yung puri ni Maria Makiling. And naging public yung post kasi pinost mo sa Facebook. Eh syempre, yung tao na yun ay identified si Maria Makiling. Diba? And sometimes, syempre, bakit mo pinost yun? Ay gusto mong sirain yung kanyang puri, pwede tayo makasuhan ng online libel. So, ang punto ng online libel ay paninira sa ibang tao gamit ang social media platform. Okay? So, iwas-iwas din po tayo dito kasi sayang naman yung freedom natin kung mapupunta lang sa pinambuhan. Okay? And then, next would be the propagation of fake news. Okay? Remember that during the case of public disorder like now, kailangan natin ng tamang balita. Kailangan natin ng tamang informasyon. Minsan, may mga tao na kakilala natin, may mga kasamahan natin sa opisina, sa mga co-teachers natin, na gumagawa-gawa ng kung ano-anong mga balita. Pag once na nangyari yan, ay naku, baka mamaya tayo makulong dyan ng 1 to 6 months at pwede pa tayo ma-fine ng 40,000 to 200,000. Okay? So, iwas-iwas po tayo sa paggagawa at pagpo-post ng mga false news doon sa ating mga social media account. Okay? So, mag-fact check po tayo kung may nakikita tayo mga balita online, huwag tayong share ng share din. Mag-fact check tayo. Tignan natin kung kanino galing yung news na yon or saan galing yung news na yon. Baka naman fake pala yun, tayo pa ay mapapasibo. Okay? Another prohibited act in social media is electioneering. Okay? Malayo pa naman yung malayo pa naman yung election, di ba? Pero let us bear in mind that when we post yung mga or when we actively campaign for or against a candidate or a party during election period, pwede tayong mabigyan yan. For public officials, we can be subject for dismissal from service for the first offense. Okay? Pero, sinabi naman ng Civil Service Commission that expressing views on current political problems or issues or from mentioning the name of candidates for public office whom one support does not constitute electioneering. Okay? So, pag sinabi daw natin dyan na I support Mr. So and so for his candidacy. Pag ganun, wala daw electioneering. Pero pag linagay na natin doon na let us vote for Mr. So and so for this position, nagiging electioneering siya. Okay? So I repeat, expressing views on current political problems or issues, or from mentioning the name of candidates for political office that one support is not electioneering. But when we actively campaign for or against a candidate or a political party during election period, that is already electioneering. Okay? So ito, para sa mga to ha, sa mga public school teachers ito at mga government employees. But for private personnel, walang problema itong electioneering nito kasi hindi sila sa clown nitong batas nito. Okay. Let us move on to child grooming, luring, and other abuse pursuant to Deputy Order Number 40, Series of 2012. Alam naman natin that Deputy Order Number 40, Series of 2012 is the Child Protection Policy. Okay? And under our Child Protection Policy, bawal po ang sexual harassment or any form of abuse against children. Pero let me share to you this one, and this is a classic form of grooming or luring. Okay? So, example, ito, sabi dito sa unang slide natin, thanks heart, but I a bit young for you, sabi ng bata. Yung bata, yun yung may red na line. Yung matanda na naglulure ng bata or nag-groom ng bata, yan yung blue line. So, sabi niya, how old are you? 11, sabi ng bata. Don't really care as long as no one found out that I was seeing you. Sabi ng bata, sorry, I was eating tea. Okay, but hanggang dire-diretso na, kinukuha na yung loob ng bata. Okay? Hanggat papunta na ng papunta doon sa you wanna have a cheeky? Sabi niya doon sa third column, maybe, ano ba yung cheeky? Yan yung mga kiss, ganyan. Okay? Until makuha ng sexual predator or yung online sexual predator yung loob ng bata, that's the time na magkakaroon ng abuso. Baka mamaya yung bata ibibigay na niya yung mga pictures, communicate na doon sa sa tao na naglulure, di ba? Tapos baka mamaya makikita sila sa labas. Tapos alam na natin kung ano mangyayari. Or magpapasend yung sexual predator ng mga nude photos ng mga bata, which really happens. Okay? At yan ang gagamitin ng tao, ipopost na yan online, mag-circulate around the world, sayang na. Parang maapektuhan yung dignidad ng bata. Okay? So, sana may mga teachers din po ba? May mga teachers or other government officials or even private individuals who do this? Meron. Okay? At the good thing is, they get caught because online yung kanilang communication. So, yung sexual predator, ginagawa niya rin yung sarili niya ng ebidensya. Okay? So nakakalungkot lang yung mga gumagawa nitong grooming, luring, and other abuse against children. Okay? So sabi ko nga, sa lahat ng communications ngayon, nagiging predominantly online na yung ating mga communication with each other. Sana pagsabihan natin yung mga parents natin, mga co-teachers natin na as much as possible they should avoid one-on-one chatting with a student kasi sometimes that can be interpreted as grooming or luring. Okay? Kaya what is advised is for teachers to use groups. Okay? To use groups or to directly communicate with the parents when there are some issues and concerns regarding the learner. The teacher is discouraged really to be interacting online with a particular learner na iisa lang. Meaning nagpa-private message silang dalawa, yan talagang dinidiscourage natin yan. Okay. Next. Ito, gender-based online sexual harassment is also being prohibited right now. So, ano yung gender-based online sexual harassment? Ayan. nasa batas na yan na pag in-intimidate natin yung mga mga iba't ibang mga tao and we cause them emotional stress or psychological harm and okay, we invade their privacy through cyber stalking and incessant messaging or even uploading and sharing without the consent of the victim any form of media that contains photos, video, voice or video with sexual content, or any unauthorized recording or sharing of any of the victim's photos or videos online, okay, that will harm their reputation, okay, will be dealt with in accordance with law. Kung titignan natin, ang gender-based online sexual harassment will be 2 to 4 years imprisonment and even a fine as high as 500,000. So, ano yung mga issue dito? Kung titignan natin, ito po yung mga acts dyan sa gender-based online sexual harassment. Una is unwanted, misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic, and sexist remark on comments. Okay? For example, nagso-social media tayo, sasabihin natin doon na yan kasi ang bobo-bobo kasi ganito siya, di ba? Member siya ng third sex, gano'n. That is already some sort of online sexual harassment. Okay? When we stalk also and incessant message another, that can be considered as gender-based sexual harassment, di ba? For example, ka-message mo yung isang co-teacher mo or yung isang parent, ka-message niya yung isang co-parent tapos i-PPM niya palagi yung yung tao na sabihin, hello, good morning, how are you, I love you, mag-message back ka naman sa akin, di ba? Bakit ayaw mo ba akong ka-chat, gano'n, and then so on and so forth, and it will take a long period of time, you can be charged for gender-based online sexual harassment, okay? As I said a while ago, even uploading and sharing without the consent of the victim any media that contains photo, video, or voice with sexual content is considered as gender-based online sexual harassment. Okay? Even an unauthorized recording, okay, and sharing of those photos, videos online is considered as sexual online harassment. And even impersonating identities of victims online and posting lies about victims to harm their reputation can be considered as online sexual harassment. This is in relation doon sa sa identity theft na diniscuss natin earlier. Okay? Yan, medyo malapit na tayo matapos kasi mag-alas 2 na pala. So, we will not already be going to a break. I will move on to these prohibited acts. I think I have only 5 slides to go and then we are already finished. Will there be a question and answer portion in this webinar, Sir Michael? Okay, so let's continue. Una, itong nakalagay sa slide na yan will be sedition. Okay? So, minsan as government officials, okay, sabi dito, we are minsan kailangan nating irespeto ang ating pamahalaan. At kung sinisiraan natin yung ating pamahalaan sa mga bagay-bagay na hindi naman naaayon sa sinasabi ng batas, pwede po tayong kasuhan. Okay? So may mga examples po tayo, may mga stories tayo na naririnig. Kagaya ng isang teacher na dahil nag-post siya sa social media, nabibigyan niya ng I think milyon-milyon yung tao na makakapatay sa sa isang mataas na opisyal, di ba, na nakakasuhan. Kaya kailangan din natin mag-ingat. Okay? So, dito papasok yon, yung example na yon, yung guro na nangako na nagbibigay ng milyon-milyon para ipagpatay ang isang nakakataas na opisyal. Okay? So, ano yung mga dapat nating iwasan when we post something online? Okay? Let us avoid the posts that tend to stir up the people against the local authorities or to disturb the public peace. Okay? So, example po niyan, sasabihin natin na 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 sabay-sabay tayo, magmamarcha tayo para para ipa para puntahan natin at ipapatay itong mga government official dahil hindi sila kanais-nais, di ba? Kahit na may pandemya, mababiolate yun, ito yung pwedeng may kaso sa kanila. Pangalawa, pag tayo ay nagpo-post sa ating social media ng mga scandalous lies against government and its officials, pwede tayong makasuhan po ng inciting to sedition. Okay? So, sana, iwasan lang talaga natin na mag-post ng kung ano-anong mga kasinungalingan. Dapat sa atin bilang government employees, we should post what is true. Okay? We should avoid scandalous lies against government and our officials. So pag sinabi natin mga officials, lahat-lahat po yan. From your co-teacher, to the school head, to the superintendent, up to the upper levels of government. Okay? So, we should also avoid posts that tend to instigate others to meet up, okay, for unlawful purposes. Okay? Yan yung parang example ko yun kanina. And minsan may mga post tayo na linalagay that obstruct any lawful officer from executing the function of his office. Okay? So example nun, nag-post ka ng sabihin lang natin, dahil sa isang dahil ayaw mo na mangyari yung isang gagawin ng isang official. For example, meron pa tayong barangay captain na gustong i-lockdown yung barangay ninyo. Tapos, nag-post ka sa social media na yung barangay captain ninyo ay positive sa COVID. So, si barangay captain, dahil doon sa news na yun, natakot din siya. Baka mamaya, pag makita siya ng mga tao sa labas, din siya, nanatili na lang si barangay captain muna sa barangay hall. Kaya hindi niya na-execute yung kanyang function. So that will be a subject for inciting to sedition case. Okay? And then another is we should avoid posting any post that suggests or incite rebellious conspiracies or riots. Yung example, yung tayo ay makipaglaban sa gobyerno para palitan na natin ang ating gobyerno ng komunismo, parang ganon. That is considered as post that is inciting to sedition. Medyo sobra na talaga yung penalties nito. Kaya kailangan natin iwas-iwasan din nito. Okay? So, sabi ko nga, let us not post hate in our social medias. Let us post what we love, what we like, di ba? And let us avoid negativities in social media already because there are too many negativities already in social media. Okay? Then lastly, this is the matter about the data privacy law. Okay? Sabi dyan, hindi dapat natin sinishare yung mga confidential information or mga personal information ng ibang tao. Kasi pwedeng maging data privacy breach yan. So, ano yung mga sensitive personal information na hindi natin pwede i-post online? So, bilang guro, dapat tignan natin na hindi tayo nag-post nito. Example, yung pangalan ng bata, andun yung age niya, andun yung education niya, di ba? So, titignan ninyo dito sa nakapost na yan, these are already sensitive personal information na hindi dapat natin sinishare online. So, ano yung example yan? Recently, nagkaroon noong natapos yung enrollment, nagkaroon ng wave ng mga ibang mga public school teachers na nagpo-post ng enrollment list ng kanilang mga learners online. So, pinost niya yung enrollment list doon. Andun yung pangalan ng bata, andun yung age niya, andun yung section, andun yung grade level, andun yung school ng bata. Sabi namin, you should not be doing that because that is already a matter of data privacy breach. Diba? So I think those teachers already struck down those posts kasi sabi ng teachers, tinanong namin sila, bakit ninyo pinopost yung mga information na yan online? Kasi sabi nila, para ma-inform namin yung aming mga estudyante at yung aming mga parents na di po naka-enroll yung mga anak nila. Pero tinanong namin sila pabalik, sabi namin, lahat ba ng mga estudyante mo or lahat ba ng mga parents, friend mo, di ba? Di ba mamaya walang Facebook account yung estudyante or yung parent, hindi nila na din makikita yan. So it does not really serve the purpose. Okay? So take note, the sensitive personal information, we should not be sharing this publicly online. Okay? So kahit hindi online ito, kahit may post natin ito sa labas, na nakikita naman ng mga tao na wala naman dapat authority na makita mo yan, kailangan natin pagbawal. Okay? Okay, let's move on. I think for government employees, ito, during the time of pandemic, diba, nasa work from home tayo, minsan hindi naman tayo nahuhuli na either we are playing online games, diba, that is disruptive of our official functions. Siguro kung pag bumalik yung yung normal, per civil service din, sabi nila, bawal ang paglalaro ng online games during office hours. But I think during work from home, tignan na lang natin na dapat we can play online games if it does not disrupt, okay? Disrupt our functions. Tapos na siguro yung ating trabaho, pwede naman tayo mag-online games. But of course, we shall not let online games hamper the delivery of our services to our students. Kasi baka mamaya, nagtuturo si teacher doon sa sabihin na natin na may online streaming kayo with your children, with your learners, tapos biglang nagpa-pluck yung mga online games mo doon, di ba? Nakakaya yun. Kasi malalaman ng mga bata na naglalaro ka kung gawin yung online classes. Okay? So again, for this one, let us also maintain and take note of the age requirements and this is from directly engaging with this qualified stakeholders. So most of us use Facebook, di ba? Sometimes, sini-friend natin yung mga learners natin. Minsan may mga below 13 years old pa, so dapat hindi natin isi-friend ang mga below 13 years old. Kasi according to Facebook policy, those persons below 13 years old are not allowed to create their Facebook accounts. Okay. One more thing for teachers, I guess I will not encourage you really to friend your learners and the parents. Okay? Kasi kailangan nating mag-maintain ng professional distance from them. Kasi minsan, siyempre yung pinupost natin sa social media accounts natin ay yung personal na information at incidents natin, nakikita yan ng ating mga learners at ang mga parents. So I guess during your social media interaction, if it can be made, okay, na pag gumawa kayo ng groups, i-add na lang may may common na lang na parent doon o may common na estudyante doon na gagawa na lang ng group ninyo where everybody can be added and everybody can interact na hindi kailangang i-friend. Di ba? Kasi sabi nga, your friend is supposed to be your real friend. So kung hindi mo naman talaga kaibigan sana, hindi mo naman dapat ina-add sa friend mo sa Facebook. Yeah? So, I guess I would encourage you as estudyante or learners na below 13 years old, i-unfriend nyo na sila kasi we should not be going against the policy of Facebook. Okay? So, in the end, is social media good or bad? So, maybe it's up to you if social media will be used for malicious purposes or for unlawful purpose, then that is bad. But if we use it as for constructive purposes, for learning purposes, then that could help us. Okay? So it's up to you to decide whether or not social media is good or bad for you, and whether or not you will use it for good or bad purposes. Okay? So with that, I think I am already finished with my presentation. Back to you, Sir Michael.
Maraming salamat po, Atty. Kawilan. Sa inyong...
Medyo naparami tayo ng nasabi doon.
Ayos lang,
Ito
sir.
lang po, yeah. Ito talaga yung new normal eh. Yung
Yes, sir.
hindi na nagiging face-to-face yung interaction. Minsan hindi mo alam kung natutulog yung mga nakikinig or talagang may na-absorb sila, di ba?
Hindi natin nakikita yung mga bagay na yan, sir. We cannot see it. At
Yeah.
least with your part to share something about what we have known about what we know about homeroom guidance, and especially in the legal basis, sir. It's very we are very thankful for you kasi napakaganda po ng share niyo sa amin. At least nagkaroon po kami ngayon ng mga idea regarding po sa mga batas nito at sa mga legal basis po sa pag-alaga po sa ating mga estudyante, lalo po ngayon sa online world natin. So, maraming salamat po, sir. Ngayon po, ipapresent po natin ang Certificate of Recognition kay Atty. Kawilan.
Aba, may online certificate pa.
Yes, sir. May online po tayo. Okay, let me read the citation of the certificate. Okay, Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, Region 4A, Calabarzon, Schools Divisions Office of Imus City, Imus National High School, Bukandala 3, City of Imus, Cavite. Certificate of Recognition is hereby presented to Attorney Aris Dalson Akay Kawilan for his active participation as guest speaker during the webinar Teaching and Parenting in Pandemic Times, a 3-in-1 webinar in homeroom guidance, orientation, and capacity building with psychosocial first aid training for parents, teachers, and para-teachers through Facebook Live and YouTube live stream on September 18, 2020. Given this 18th day of September 2020 at Imus National High School, Bukandala 3, City of Imus, Cavite, signed Arturo P. Rosa Rosa Jr., Principal po. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Naragsak kami amin.
Thank you. Okay. Salamat.
Salamat po, sir.
Salamat kayo amin.
Apo.
I leave na ha, Michael.
Yes, sir. Thank you po. So, maraming salamat po sa lahat po ng nakinig sa 3 araw nating homeroom guidance orientation para sa capacity building po natin. Sana po marami po tayong natutunan mula po sa ating mga speakers. Ngayon po sana, ang hiling po natin, sana po i-apply natin sa ating mga pang-araw-araw or sa ating buhay ang mga natutunan natin ngayon. Ngayon naman po, to give us a words of gratitude, let us all welcome the Head Teacher 6 of Edukasyon sa Pagpapakataon, Mrs. Maria Elena P. Lumeda. Dito ka.
Hello, good afternoon po sa ating lahat. Sa ngalan po ng ating punong guro, Arturo P. Rosaroso Jr., kasama ang lahat ng bumuo sa gawaing ito, kami ay taus-pusong nagpapasalamat sa inyong lahat, sa inyong suporta at partisipasyon, at sa lahat ng naging kaisa namin sa pagbabahagi ng kaalaman sa ating bagong normal ng Department of Education. Sa ating sama-samang pagkilos ay tiyak na masisimulan natin ang darating na pasukan ng may pag-asa at kahandaan. Inaasahan po namin na ang lahat ng inyong natutunan ay makakatulong ng lubos sa ating mga mag-aaral sa kabila ng ating pandemyang nararanasan. Muli po, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat at kami ay patuloy na umaasa na kayo ay lagi naming kasama sa mga susunod pang mga gawain at programa ng ating paaralan. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat.
Muli, maraming salamat po, Ma'am Ellen. So, dyan po nagtatapos ang ating 3 araw na seminar regarding po sa homeroom guidance orientation and capacity building with psychosocial first aid training for parents, teachers, and para-teachers. Muli, maraming salamat po.
naranasin, ating tuklasin. Tiwa't isip bubuhayin. Mula sa walang mundo ay nilikha, nililok na mukha sa sigla ba nagsimula, tinanglaong palad, likhang binigang malay, sa inihugis ang binagay, apoy mula sa walang mundo ay nilikha, tinanglawang palad, sa apoy hugis ang binagay.
Sa